I'm Cole Grayson, a 30-year-old mechanic with harsh hands and a rebellious streak. Married to my wife, Sadie, for a little over a year now. Life's been tough recently, money flowing through our fingers like sand. We've been saving every penny. We can scrabble together to acquire our own house. That's when Sadie's mother, Marjorie, swoops in with her big proposal. "Move into my guest wing," she says one Sunday over dinner at her house. Her voice is all syrupy and smooth, like she's doing us some big favor. Save your pennies, develop a nest egg. Sadie's eyes brighten up right away, her blonde hair catching the glow of the chandelier as she holds my arm. "See, Cole? It'll be all right." She's just mom being mom. But me? I'm not sold. Marjorie is a widow who's got nothing better to do than push her nose into everyone's business, especially mine. Ever since I started dating Sadie, she's been at me. My job's too filthy. My clothing's too worn. My whole life. Too little for her lovely girl. She's even said it directly once while Sadie was out of earshot. She was happier before you, Cole. Freer. It stung, but I pushed it off. Sadie's worth it. Still, there's this twist in my stomach. Every time Marjorie's around, like a warning I can't quite hear. Sadie just chuckles when I bring it up, her hazel eyes gentle as she tells me I'm making a mountain out of nothing. "She's harmless," she says, putting her head on my shoulder. Maybe she's right. Maybe I'm just worn out from long days at the garage, leaning over engines, grease up to my elbows, trying to keep us going. But then there's Jace, my best mate since we were youngsters. A truck driver with a gravelly voice and no filter. We're cracking open beers at his small flat a few nights later when he leans in, stroking his scruffy beard over the bottle. "Man, you're nutty moving in with that old hack." She's got a grip, like a Rottweiler, and eyes that miss nothing. "You're walking into quicksand." I laugh it off, tell him he's dramatic. But his words stick like burrs. He's got a nose for danger, and I've seen him call it right too many times. Still, I push it down. We need this. I remind myself, it's just for a bit. A few months until we've got enough to break free. So, despite that knowing feeling in my gut, I say yes. We pack up our little life, my toolkit, Sadie's heaps of clothes, our saggy furniture that's seen better days, and lug it all over to Marjorie's. Enormous, creaky house on the outskirts of town. It's got this guest wing, a separate place with its own door. But it doesn't feel isolated enough. I can easily envision Marjorie with a spare key, letting herself in whenever she pleases. That first night, I'm lying in bed, Sadie cuddled up next to me, her warm breath steady against my chest. The room's too quiet, too immaculate. Not like our old apartment, with its broken faucet and peeling paint. Marjorie's voice rings in my brain from earlier when she laid down her rules over dinner. "No smoking in my house, Cole. No late nights messing. Up my routine. Keep it tidy. I didn't sign up to be her tenant, but here I am, imprisoned under her roof." Sadie's the only thing keeping me sane. She's why I'm doing this. Why I'm swallowing my pride. I try to focus on her. On the way her hair spills over the pillow. On the future we're chasing, just as I start to drift off. I hear a creak in the hall, sharp and slow, like someone's out there. My eyes snap open, heart thudding. It's probably just the house, aged wood moaning in the night. I tell myself that, over and over, but it doesn't calm me. The next morning, I'm awake before the sun, slipping out to the garage with an old carburetor I brought over. I need something to do. Something that feels like mine. Sadie's still asleep. But Marjorie's already up, clattering pans in the kitchen. Her voice floats out the window as I tighten a bolt. "Cole's an early bird, isn't he? Good to know his routines." My grip on the wrench tightens, knuckles whitening. It's just how she is, I tell myself. Loud, nosy, always watching. But the knot in my gut is getting worse, spreading like rust. We're here now. Moved in, and I've got to make it work. For Sadie's sake. For our sake. I just hope Jace is wrong. I hope this place doesn't consume me completely. I'm Cole Grayson, and living with Marjorie is starting to feel like a chokehold, tightening around my neck. One day at a time. A filing cabinet. Chewing gum. I drop the bag on his desk, the cameras clattering out, and say, "My mother-in-law put these in my bedroom. She's been watching us." Russo raises an eyebrow, picks one up, turning it over in his thick fingers, and whistles low. "Hidden cameras, huh? That's illegal as hell. Surveillance without consent. You got proof she did it?" I nod, my voice firm despite the heat in my chest. She admitted it, claimed it was to make sure my wife was happy. My wife didn't care. Russo's jaw tightens, and he scribbles something in a notebook. "We'll require a statement. If this checks out, we're looking at a warrant." I spend the next hour there, laying it all out. Al moving in with Marjorie, her rules, the blinking light, the confrontation. Russo listens, nodding, asking pointed questions. And by the time I'm done, he's had a file started and a commitment to explore further. I leave feeling lighter, like I've dropped a weight I didn't know I was carrying. Back at Jace's, my phone is buzzing again. Sadie this time. Not just texting, but calling. Her name flashing like a warning. I let it go to voicemail, and when I play it, her voice is tight, angry. "Cole, I'm suing you for the savings. You can't just take it all. Mom says you're unhinged." Unhinged. Me? I laugh, bitter and loud. Jace looks over, smirking. "They're flipping it on you, huh? Classic." I'm not startled. Marjorie has always been adept at twisting things, yet it stings that Sadie's going along with it. The joint account was basically my money, my paychecks, and now they're coming for it. I need help. Someone who knows the law better than I do. Jace claps me on the shoulder. "Talk to Riley, my ex. She's a lawyer. Hates overbearing in-laws like nobody's business." I phone her that afternoon, and Riley picks up soon, her voice crisp and confident. I explain everything, the cameras, the move-out, the lawsuit threat. And she jumps in without hesitation. "Sounds like a goldmine of a case," she adds, and I can hear her beaming through the phone. "Unlawful surveillance? That's a felony. And the account? If it's your deposits, they have no leg to stand on. I'll crush them." I like her already. Sharp, ferocious, ready to fight. She wants me to provide my bank statements. I text all I've got, and she promises to file a counterclaim by week's end. I hang up, my pulse stable for the first time in days. I tell Jace, "She's in. We're hitting back." He grins, opening another beer. "Nice. Let 'em squirm." A few days later, Russo calls while I'm under a car at the garage, my hands greasy, my phone tucked against my ear. "Warrant's out for Marjorie," he says, voice gruff. "We're picking her up today. Got enough from your statement and the hardware to move fast." I slide out, wiping my hands on a rag, and feel a rush of something. Relief, maybe. Or victory. They're not getting away with it. Not this time. I thank him, hang up, and lean on the workbench, visualizing Marjorie's smug smile as the cuffs go on. Sadie's lawsuit is still looming, but with Riley on my side and the law on Marjorie's tail, I'm not worried. I've got my corner, and I'm fighting from it. This isn't over, but it's a start. A damn good one. I'm Cole Grayson, and I'm standing. Outside Jace's apartment, the late afternoon light dipping low, spreading long shadows across the worn pavement. It's been a crazy few days. Marjorie's got a warrant out for her. Riley's gearing up to shred Sadie's lawsuit, and I'm crashing